Hello everyone, this is SOBIYA, Faculty of EVS in Talla Padmavathi International School. Today we are going to discuss a topic of Class 5, Chapter 2, a snake charmer's story. Isn't the topic so interesting? Yeah, because every child is like to listen about animals, how they stay, where they stay, what are the food they are going to have. So now in this story, we are going to see a person's story who is a charmer. So what is the name of that person? Aryanath. So now let us start. I am Aryanath. I can do something special which I am sure none of you can do. Do you know what? I can play the bean. You must be surprised. Yes, I can make snakes dance by playing the bean. I have learned this art from my family members. We people are known as Kalbelias. So here this is the story of Aryanath. What is the work of this person? The person is going to catch the snake. So after catching the snake, what they are going to do? They will make the snake to dance by just playing the bean. So where did he learn this? He has learned this from his family, his father and grandfather. So what are these people who are going to play the bean and make the snake to dance are called as Kalbelias. My grandfather, Roshan Netaji, was famous amongst our people. He could easily catch many poisonous snakes. He tells me many stories about his past. Come, listen to his story in his own words. So, he's Roshan Netaji. The Roshan Netaji is grandfather of Aryanath, where when he was a child, when Aryanath was a child, his grandfather had told him many of the stories. So, he wants to describe one of the stories what happened with Roshan Netaji. What was the work of Roshan Netaji? Even he was also a snake charmer. He is going to catch the poisonous snakes. So he has done this work his overall lifetime. What was the experience? And we are going to listen this story now. Dadaji remembers. So from the time of my grandfather and great grandfather, we have been saperas. So what do you mean by saperas? Saperas are snake charmers. So here saperas are a Hindi word. So it can be called as snake charmer. Snakes have been an important part of our life. We used to move from village to village carrying our snakes in bamboo baskets. So here snakes have been an important part of our life. Why they are important part of our life? So how the snakes are used in our life to maintain an ecological balance. Do you know that snakes are going to start the life cycle where it maintains the ecological balance in the overall life cycle. So snakes play an important role. So here what the Dadaji used to do? He used to move from village to village carrying out snakes in a bamboo basket. Are you able to see the picture here? Yes. So what is the picture here? What is it describing about? So a person is sitting, a snake is in a basket and the person is going to play a bean. Here are some children who are enjoying the play of a snake. Have you ever seen this type of snake charmers activity in your village or nearby your area? If yes, what was your experience? Whenever we stopped in a village, a crowd would gather around us. We would then take out our snakes from our baskets. So, even after the show, people would stay on. They knew that in our tin box there were many types of medicines for them. We made these medicines from plants collected from the forest. So here, from one village to another village, they used to carry their baskets and they used to travel. So what is the work of them? They used to entertain people. How they used to entertain people? Just they used to make the snake to dance. How the snakes dance? Here, when they play the scene, so when snake is going to dance. Not only that, these persons used to have medicines. They used to carry some medicines along with them in a tin box. So what are these medicines? So where these medicines come from? So these medicines they used to prepare on their own for the treatment of snake bites. I have learned all this from my grandfather. I felt nice that I could help people with my medicines even if doctors and hospitals were far off. Like if you consider past few years ago, so there were like in villages hospitals will be very far away. So here what the charmers used to do, they used to give the medicines which were made up of leaves of the plant that can help them to save the life of a person who has been bitten by a snake. Now, in return, people would give us some money or food grains. In this way, we could manage our life. So, how they used to manage their life? The earning was only this one particular source. So, they used to play the bean, they make the snake to dance. Not only that, they are going to have some medicines which were made from the leaves of the plants which were collected from the forest. People from the surroundings, what they used to do, they used to give the money or food grains. They used to collect that money and fruit grains, and they are going to spend their life with that money. Sometimes I was called to places where someone had been bitten by a snake. From the marks of the bite, I tried to find out which snake had bitten the person. So, in some places where hospitals were not nearby, so this Aryanath was called. So, when this Aryanath has been called, he used to reach the place within no time. And then, what he used to do? He used to check the snake bite first. So, with the help of the snake bite itself, he can identify the mark and he can see which snake has been bitten. Later on, he used to give the medicine, and within no time, it would have been cured. I would then give a medicine for that, but I have not always been on time to help. As you know, some snake bites can even cause death on the spot. So some situations happens that he was unable to reach in time, so people used to die. Because the reason is some snakes will be poisonous and poisonous snakes may spot that some snakes will take some time. So he is having a time, he would reach in that area and can give the medicines to that particular person. But most of the snakes are not poisonous, so they but I have not always been on time to help. As you know, some snake bites can even cause death on the spot, but most of the snakes are non poisonous. So if he is having a time like some non poisonous snakes has bitten a person, he used to reach in that area and give the medicine. But some snakes are very poisonous, so those poisonous snakes can't go to that area within time, so the person may have a chance to die. Sometimes when some farmers would come running for help shouting snake snake, I would catch that snake. Already know it, the snakes are going to be in the fields. Why do the snakes stay in field a lot? Because the rats are going to be there. So like you already know, in the fields rice, wheat, java, these type of grains are going to be present. So to eat these grains, a rat will reach in that area, so snake will eat the rat. So in search of rat, snake is also going to reach the place where rats are there. Fields, the farmer shouts snake snake, the Aryanath used to reach very fastly and catch the snake. After all, catching snakes was something I had been doing since my childhood. Oh, those were the good days. We could help a lot of people in many ways. We also entertained them. It was not like today when everyone watches TV for entertainment. Like you see nowadays, children are going to watch television, use mobile phones for a lot of time. But as if you just go to villages, or else if you have seen past few years ago, so children used to play in the ground outside of their houses. So here he is saying that in previous days they used to not watch televisions for the entertainment purpose. They used to enjoy a lot by just watching the dance of a snake. They used to get entertained by watching the dance of the snake. When I grew older, my father taught me how to remove their poisonous teeth, fangs. So you already know the snake is going to have a poison. If you remove this poisonous teeth, fangs, if the snake bites also, you are not going to have pain, nor else you are going to have a death. So even previous we have seen the picture also. So when the charmers come with a snake, those snakes also does not have any poison, because they will take that poisonous teeth from their mouth and then they are going to bring nearby in the villages. Taught me how to close the tube of the poison in snake's mouth. So there will be a tube in the snake's mouth. So from that tube, when they bite, the poison is going to be released in our bodies. So when this poison enters in our body, we are going to die in a spot. But whereas when we just close the tube of the poison is not going to be released from its mouth. So when the poison does not get released, so obviously if a snake bites, so you are not going to get any type of problem. Think and tell. Have you ever seen anyone playing a bean? Where? So if you have seen, you have to give an answer and where you have seen. Next question. Have you ever seen a snake? Where? Yes, I have seen a lot of snakes. So I have seen the snakes in Snake's Park. You scared by it? Why? Yes, I was scared, completely scared, because the snakes which we are going to see will be poisonous snakes and non-poisonous snakes. But we do, if you are scared, write the answer as yes. If you are not scared, write the answer as no. So why are you scared? Give the reason. So because they are poisonous snakes, so I'm completely scared of these snakes. Do you think all snakes are poisonous? No, all snakes are not poisonous. Few of the snakes are poisonous. Chapter 1, you read that snakes do not have ears, which you can see. Can the snake hear the bean or does it dance when the bean moves? What do you think? The snake does not have any ears, so it cannot hear. Then why it is going to dance when they are going to hear the sound of a bean? So here is the answer. How they are going to dance is because of the movement of bean. They can see because of the movement of the bean, the snakes dance, but they can't hear. What can we do? Arinath, your father used to travel with me ever since he was a young child. He learned to play the bean without being taught. These days it is difficult. Now the government has made a law that no one can catch wild animals.